do last week. And I keep saying I'm going to do Facebook, and I'm keep not seeing it. I'm going to try again. Okay. Someone has entered by an iPhone. I can't see who you are. If you want to unmute yourself and tell me who you are. Oh, and there you are. You don't have to tell me. How's it going? I'm in the process of having another of my days here. Okay, I said I was going to do this live on Facebook. I saw the note that said live on Facebook. I am not seeing it now. And this probably is going to mean I'm not going to do this live on Facebook. I've got something here called AI Companion. I guess that's an AI that hold your hands if you want it to. Perhaps once I go to YouTube, I can't go anywhere else. Could be. And I'm looking at the YouTube screen, and it is not showing anything. Perhaps once I go to okay, YouTube, now it's showing something, and now I can shut it up. I can't go anywhere else. Shut me up. Could be. And get rid of my image there. That's what I am. That's amazingly confusing. Okay. So I have some things planned, but it really needs participants. And Mark, you're my only live participant. I can't see who's on YouTube, if anyone is. You're the only participant on Zoom. I only sent the notice out 4 times, so I'm not quite sure what to do about that, other than what I've been trying to do. We can talk about that in our future here. What I want to do right now, because this is going to be a relatively tight hour, and it may just be that I'm doing these for recording, that we're not going to be able to get the live interaction that I've been hoping for. It is what it is. And so the first thing I wanted to do is okay, so our purpose in doing this isn't kind of like fun and games with consciousness. It's that we're each becoming a part of a very old and a very comprehensive consciousness. I'm lending my consciousness to it. I'm getting my consciousness from it. And the same is true for each of you. Our first exercise in doing this was with what I call the wall of sound, the wall of nature, centered on the sound of the cricket. We're going to go back and do that for 5 minutes right now. And someone asked me today, they wanted the cricket sound. Yes, you can have the cricket sound. I will try to get those out today, but you got to ask for it. It's very, I'll say this just once. It's very difficult to do what I'm doing and not knowing that there are people actually using it, actually uh, that it's actually benefiting anyone. So you need to let me know by showing up. You need to let me know by participating. You need to let me know by asking for whatever the links are that I'm sending out. We need to have a dialogue. One of the best things for me is when I'm talking with people who are participating. One of the worst things for me is when I am talking into a camera. It's something I don't enjoy doing. I am really not happy about the fact that once again, Zoom has changed the buttons around so that I can't see where my participants are. Okay. So I'm gonna wing it. I don't have I hope that this will that you can hear this. There's a button down here that says share sound, and I'm hoping that that's the button that I need to share. Okay, so I share the sound. I'm going to share this screen with you. And this is the cricket sound. And that is Brahms. It's not in the window. So let's try this again. And I'm stopping the share. We're going to start all over again. And I've got the cricket, but I don't know if you can hear it. I'm going to make an assumption that you can. I'm not seeing any text messages that says you can or can't. So I am going to assume that you can. And I'm going to stop it again. Well, this is interesting. I can't start it and I can't stop it. um, and this is one of the snafus that says, stop trying to do this and go on to something else. Um, and, but if it's playing, it's so loud, I can't go on to something else. So I've got to figure out how to stop this. Um, I want to tell you something about the um, and I finally found the off button. Okay. So I want to tell you something about the cricket sound, though. Those of you who have been practicing it, saying, "Oh, somewhere in there," and right where I stopped it, I can hear people talking in the background. Well, the interesting thing about that is that there are no people around in the background. I was in a very isolated place. I think the closest person was about a tenth of a mile away. And with that much kind of wall of sound around, there's no way I could have heard them. There was an apartment upstairs from where I was staying, but that apartment was empty. The only person making any sound in the area was me, and I was being very quiet. Um, I don't. I distinctly hear something on that recording. Um, you can interpret that as somebody talking in the background, but I don't know who that could be because there was nobody around. Okay, so that was the one interesting thing about the the process. Um, I wanted to go in the other direction today. Okay, so that was my. I wanted us to do the cricket exercise. Maybe we will end with that if I can figure out which buttons to push to get it, to get the sound. But we've got some more buttons that we can push, and this is going in the opposite direction. Now, remember, we're trying to get the sound, the experience, the movement, the visuals of whatever it will take to wake us up to all that we are. That I am a we. We covered that when we were looking at the beings who are in my mouth, on my skin, in my gut, our microbiome. We're going to megabiome now. And by megabiome, I mean the consciousness of the largest and, at least arguably, the most intelligent animals on Earth, and that's the sounds of whales. As you know, I guess it was back in the 70s, whale sounds became very popular. And um, there are lots and lots of recordings of concerts with whale sounds in the background, of rock music with whale sounds in the background. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the whale sounds themselves. And so what I want to do is give you um, a short taste of whale sounds, and I want us to enter our meditative state where we become one with the whale. Now, remember what I said, the whales are not only the largest beings, land animals on Earth, they're also the largest land animals that have ever existed. I didn't realize how much bigger the whales are than even the largest dinosaurs. And so we're privileged to be spending time on this planet with these colossal beings, colossal in more ways than just their size. Um, Colossal in their brain capacity, and maybe also in their heart capacity, their gentleness. So what I want to do is play some whale sound for you, and if this doesn't come through, I will send you. Well, whether it comes through or not, I'll send you the link for this. It says 10 hours of whale sounds. I think it's about a 10-minute clip of whale sounds on a 10-hour loop. That's okay. We're only going to do about 4 or 5 minutes right now. And this is so I've managed to find one that is only whale sound. So once again, I'm going to try to share my screen. I'm going to share the sound. I am going to double click this, and I hope you'll be able to hear this. It's very subtle. I've got it cranked up as loud as I can. the share now. And I am going to do something else here. I wish we were having a dialogue on this. I would be asking you what you think about that. I know you've heard them before, but you've heard them from the point of view of them over there being an object that you are listening to over here and saying, oh, that's pretty, or oh, that's weird, or whatever, as opposed to them being one with you. You may have had the experience, live experience with whales and dolphins that would give you the, and not in SeaWorld or some show, but a wild experience with dolphins that lets you know that where you can see their intelligence, you can see their humanity, you can see their consciousness. And we could talk about that, but we can't talk about that if I'm the only one on this line. I want to do something else, and I'm not sure that the technology will allow me to do this. I want to overlap two sounds with you. And what I want to do is go back and start sharing the whale sounds. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I'm going to overlap that with something else. Let's see if and shorter that sounds like it goes and sticks to your abdomen. This is what you do. The reason I want to play these together, complement each other. This is the smallest experience. Inside your gut, out by the billions, by the and largest where we fit very comfortably in its. Okay, so just in case, hear the microbiome. Stop the share with the whale. I'm going to isolate the microbiome. And yes, you get this too. So I'm going to stop the share, which means stopping the whales. Hush now. And I'm going to isolate the your gut sounds. And yes, you'll get this recording also. So that's ready. This is what sounds are very equivalent. The way your gut makes noise is the way that vowels make noise. They're basically pushing from one larynx very, very, and what your gut biome is doing is pushing air from the biome to another part. And it's an interesting blend. And what I'm going to do is stop that and stop the share. And what I'm going to do, again, is send you both. But what I'm going to try to do is blend the two so that you can hear both at the same time and recognize that they complement each other. And see how that sets with you. One more, since we're not doing exercises here, I don't have anybody to exercise with. I want to introduce one more thing to you, and I'm going to pull it up here. And maybe I have two exercises. One of them I'll reserve for next week. I really need people with it. This one I'm about to share with you is something that a lot of our work around consciousness is cultural. We're used to doing consciousness exercises, sitting quiet in meditation. A lot of us have experiences with yoga. But I want you to recognize that all of that is culture, and you may get a different understanding of different understanding of everything when you start looking at people with a different culture and different cultural practices practicing Holonic consciousness. Now, this is an example of human Holonic consciousness. When I show you this video, the video's an hour and just about an hour. And I'm not going to go through the whole, I will show you clips from the whole hour. And when you're listening to it and when you're looking at it, I want you to be able to think about being in the room with these people, being caught up in it. I've been in this experience before, and this is the place where I'd be asking you, have you been in an experience before? I'd have a number of you talk about it. I've been in an experience before when you have when you get caught up in the movement and all of you are moving as one, all of you are chanting as one, all of you are acting as one, where even my bodily actions aren't mine. They're the bodily actions of the people who are all around me. I'll explain this more in a few minutes. So what I'm going to do is show you the video. I'll try to narrate it, and I'm hoping that both my voice and the sound come through at the same time. If they don't, I'm going to stop it a couple of times just to get you to get this. And yes, I'll give you the link for it. So let me share. Oh, I guess I should set the stage. This is a Sufi gathering. This is in Russia, in the Chechen region. And this is a group of Muslim Sufis, and they are getting together to do what's called a zikr. And a zikr is a remembrance, where they basically chant together for some period of time. Never seen one of these live, and I keep wanting to. This one goes on for about an hour. I've seen them go on for 3 hours, and this is a real endurance task. You'll see what I mean by it in a minute. Okay, so without further ado, so these and the whole video just went crazy. It's like every time I try to do something that's seemingly really easy, all of a sudden I'm going to turn this down. I hope you can hear me over here. They've just finished eating a meal together, and they are chanting, and it sounds like one hymn, which is lower in equal. But it does this automatically. These are like the starlings. Remember how the starlings you remember how the starlings were a little bit flying over here and a little bit flying over there, and then they all would take up and they'd swirl, etc. You're going to see the human equivalent of that in a few minutes. Okay, so they're just cleaning up from their meal. They're getting themselves situated, etc. I'm going to put that forward in a few minutes. There, you can hear one of the imams, and there. They yeah. I feel like I'm screaming over top of this. The pace of the chanting goes up, but you'll notice sitting on the floor, most of the elders, most of the graybeards haven't gotten up yet, so it hasn't really started yet. Okay. Forward a few. gonna go. Now this, they've formed a circle in the center of the room. And all this is fairly they know there's going to be a circle in the center of the room. They don't know who's going to be in the center, who's going to be on the periphery, etc. But they're clapping, and then they're stomping, and then they start spontaneously moving, walking, and then actually running, and then stopping. And all this is fairly spontaneous. So we'll watch this for a bit. Then they'll clap, and then they'll stomp, and then they'll walk in the opposite direction, and then they'll run in the opposite direction, and then they'll stop again, and they'll do this for hours. Let me move a little further along here. Let's see them. Let's get them running in the other direction. They look like they're all running in the same directions now. Let's see this. When I watch this, I get tired, and I'm about halfway into this now. Something pretty miraculous happens soon. But the chant that they're doing a number of different chants. I can hear it because I know what chants the Sufis do when they get in a group like this. The one they're doing right now is La ilaha illallah. There is no God but Allah. The one they were doing earlier is Huallah, which is a very mystical. I won't get into the interpretation of it. It's Allah is, and moving from one chant to another, the pitch of the chant, that in some places in here, there are 2 or 3 different chants in the room, and they're all kind of cooperating with each other. Okay, so I'm going to move this a little further along. And one of the things that gets really interesting is that a cloud forms in the room. Forward another. And another 5. I don't know if you just heard it, but the chant slowed down and lowered its lowered it into a lower octave. Now, I'd like to be in that room right about right now and find out what they are experiencing. It's not just that they're hearing the chant. It's not just that it is amazingly hot in that room and the room has steamed over. It's that there's something else going on. And I bet those men in that room cannot define what's going on. Do one more clip and then let's analyze this. I'm not going to show anymore because you can't see it. Now, I've seen these Zikr circles go for a while. Said 3 hours, 4 hours. And some of the men in this circle are elderly. I mean, they're like, you know, in their 80s and 90s and walking in with canes, and will do this, including the running part, for 4 hours straight. Now, once you get, okay, two things are really obvious. Number one, there are no women in this room. It would be cool if the women were in their own circle and doing things to energize divine feminine energy, and then you bring the circles together. That does not happen. The other thing is they are building on each other's energy. I would assume that by the time this event is done, they are they will walk out with more energy than they walked in with. That the spiritual energy that they are generating, the holonic energy that they're generating, will energize them to the point that they could go another 10 hours. That they would have no experience of time itself, that they would be on another dimension. I've put this video on, kind of on, I have two screens here. I put it on another screen while I'm working on something. And I'll find that their energy, especially the stomping energy and the running energy, energizes me in some very interesting kinds of ways. And I feel lifted by it. I'll show you if I can find it really quickly. I'll show you a video of and if I can't find it, it's because I wasn't supposed to show it to you. And I can't find it. Okay. I'll put it in the link. And I'm going to make a note to put that in the link. Put the link in the package to you. What this is a different Sufi circle, one that is in Istanbul. And this is a very large mosque, very well-funded mosque, very energetic mosque. And what this researcher did was hook some of the participants up with heart monitors so that they could monitor their breathing rate, they could monitor their heart rate and other things. And they could see that as the chant was going on, their hearts would align, an effect they call synchrony. So when you are doing these things together, we come into synchrony with each other. Now, we're not doing synchrony right now because each of us is looking at this at a different rate. Even the ones who are watching live right now are seeing this on a 7-second delay. So I say something and then 7 seconds later, you get it. And so the challenge is how quickly can we start getting these things functioning together? How quickly can you get a group of people in your area together so that you can have an experience that other people around the country are having, around the world are having, but you're having it locally in your environment. I don't know. I don't know how long it's going to take us to decide that it's time for us to come together and do this. How long have you been hearing me say that? How long have you been hearing me encouraging you to encourage others to attend these laboratories, attend the workshops, attend the trainings, attend the live streams? I'm doing everything I can to get this together, and I want you to do everything that you can to get it together. You can put it off. You can put it off until, some other day, or when you're less busy. And that's been, people's excuses for the past 30 years. I'm busy. Busy doing what? So our challenge is, are we going to do this? Are we going to capture the butterfly moment, or are we not? And I have, I'm all in, double down, ready to do this, but I need you to come along with me. And to that event, I'll be on the live stream for Tuesday evening. Nothing on Turkey Day. I'm hoping I'll be too stuffed to do anything. But I'll see you for the following Saturday, and hopefully I'll see more of you than I'm seeing right now. Okay. May all beings be well. May all beings be secure. May all beings be